Much obliged to have you join us on your ultimate news and current affairs program on television this morning on ITV, just in case you're joining us. But if you started out the show with us from 7 a.m. this lovely Monday morning, thanks and thanks again for being faithful to the show. There is a reward for being faithful. All right, so we'll go straight to look at the implications for cultural integration, the historic royal visit of the EMIR of KANO to our highly revered monarch, Omonoba Nedu Ukwa-Akbolokpolo, Oba LY II. And I'm joined now by Squadron Leader Ehi Igile, retired but not tired because he's still very much involved in a whole lot of things. One man that I know will stand for culture, tradition, anytime, any day. Anytime, any day. I will put everything into it. Little wonder, he's the president of BENIN Cultural Heritage Center. Of course, we want to thank you again for coming on the program. It's also on record that Higile brought road safety to Edo State, and of course, a former safety engineer to the president. We'll have a short conversation on that plank before we go into talking culture. And that's because we've seen too many crashes with military aircraft in recent times. I mean, the most notable one, the most recent and most disturbing because it involved a highly respected Army general, the Chief of Army Staff. What's up with the military aircraft? What's going on that we're having these, crashes? I mean, from the last count this year, about 3, over 20 military officers have died. I'd like to get your perspective on this. Yes, as a curtain raiser.
Okay, before I start.
Before you start.
Let me greet the audience. Wahiakoyo, Wabowao, Wadiaye. Okay, my language first.
Okay.
So the issue of aircraft accidents happens all over the world.
Yeah.
But during certain time, like the rainy season, like the winter season in Europe, many crashes do occur due to weather conditions. Those are mainly the issue of going to land and landing off runway is caused by what we call shear wind. You're going to land straight, but the wind blows you off the track. But the way the aeroplane is designed, you can't take off again when you're...
Oh, you can't take off again?
No.
Once you are blown off?
So you have accidents. As a retired aviator, we know that before one can say what has happened to either a military or a civil aircraft, there has to be an investigation. Until we get the results of those investigations, one cannot definitely say or categorically say this is a cause of the accident.
But can you hazard guess? Can you hazard guess that?
Yes, from eyewitness, from maybe certain information, one could say, oh, it was due to weather, or it was due to pilot error, or it was due to mechanical faults. There are about 3 types of faults that cause aircraft accident. That's act of God. That comes through weather, through bird strike, lightning, uncle. Then you have the human error, which is the pilot's error or the engineer's error. Then you have the mechanical error. That is the fault inside the aircraft, not due to the mechanics nor the pilot's error. So you have those 3 categories. Until we have some knowledge of those things, one cannot really say this is what happened. And in the aircraft, in all aeroplanes, whether civil or military, they have what we call a flight recorder, called the black box. It's called the black box because in the early days, when these recorders were discovered, the covers were painted black. to avoid radiation and interference from other instruments in the aircraft. So it got the name black box.
Black box.
It's actually a recorder of the flight characteristics of the aeroplane, you know, when it banks, when it takes off, you know, or bend, you know. We call it banking, you know. So it records all those parameters. Then the other one is the cockpit voice recorder. It records what happened like between you and me now. It records what we are talking. It also records what the pilots talk to the control tower. The control tower, they are the yellow fever that controls the aircraft,
traffic.
where you, at what height you are to fly, at what direction, when to land, when not to land. You know, they are the ones that control. So the conversation between the pilots and the control tower is also recorded by this same machine.
Okay.
And when there's an aircraft accident, the way these machines are made, they are never burnt. And no water enters them. They are waterproof.
Okay.
You know. So that's what they call the black box. Yes. When you recover the box, there are experts again that analyze what has happened. It's not just our voice like I'm speaking with you.
Okay.
But they are recorded in coded scientific
languages.
Language.
Okay.
So sometimes in Nigeria, we don't even have the facilities to decode these items. So the black box or the contents of the black box are sent abroad for analysis and proper investigation. So I hear some people say that they got the black box last week. They still haven't told us. No, it's not that easy. It will take a while before you get the result. Then secondly, the military aircrafts are classified. What happens to them, in fact, is currently that you hear so many things about military operations and whatever. When the Air Force buys an aeroplane, they are classified as secrets. When they fly, they are classified as secrets. When they have accident or they don't have accident, all the things are classified as secret. That is why when an investigation on a military aircraft is carried out, whether they were carrying civilians or whatever, they remain secret.
They are not made public.
They are not made public, my brother. So the public should know about this. People should know about this when asking, oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? Even their purchases, the aeroplane purchase, they are supposed to be classified information. Because when the enemy knows what you have, then you cannot
So are you in any way saying that the much publicized Super Tucano jets that we're expecting in July is a wrong move?
Yeah, it should not be a public thing. No. Even the numbers are specified by members of House of Rep. All, you know, no, they should not be. You know, the military norms is that these things are secretly, even when they will arrive, you won't know. When they are assembled, where they are kept, are supposed to be kept secret.
Okay.
When they fly, it's supposed to be secret.
All
you
of these
hear that Air Force fighter bombers, you know, attacked also target and probably eliminated the enemy.
Why do you think all of these values have become eroded?
I think it's the fault of the military command. When I served, things were not like this. I was the first engineer to successfully overhaul a supersonic aircraft in Nigeria. That is an aircraft faster than the speed of sound. I won't tell you the details because, again, all these are classified. Where we did it, where they are stored, are supposed to be classified information. But now, if they go to eat, it's publicized the army went to eat. When they march from one point to the other, it shouldn't be. So the enemies, or the Boko Haram, they are tapping into their information system. You want to attack me and you are coming at 5 o'clock through local axis, then you can't defeat me. If I already know, I will avoid it. It's just like the police having a roadblock. It's the same place every time. The enemy or the crooks, we avoid it, you know. So you are just inconveniencing
road users,
innocent civilians going to work or carry their children to school. When I was coming, a lot of traffic on the way. Why? Because police, you know, the crooks already know where they are. It's the same point every day.
Every day. Maybe at the same time.
At the same
time.
From around 7:30 to 9.
Yeah.
Then they leave. Then the crews come to pass. Then they come back again in the evening when workers are going home. They walk till 8 maximum. They leave. The whole town is free for the crooks throughout the whole night. You call people, you know, no one will help you. You are on your own. So this should not be, you know, like the police. They should just come out unannounced, and you will see what will happen. Then you don't go to 5 Junction and wait for people when there are other outlets through Textile Mill Road, which the crews can escape before coming to. So it's kind of meaningless. I feel our people, the security system, they are not properly trained. We trained abroad. In those days, the police commissioners, they trained abroad, well trained, and they came and applied those
values.
Yes, those values that they were taught here. But now, you even see a policeman wearing bathroom slippers. So I called them, where are you going? He said, I'm going to work. I said, no, where are your shoes? We are not supplies, sir. Then some, they have their caps. They hold their caps on hand. The others, left side, with pure water. I throw that pure water away, then put on your cap and dress properly when you're in the public. If you want to drink or have refreshment, go into a corner or to the store, remove your cap, do it, then dress up properly, then come out. You know. So these are some of the issues regarding security.
You know, as they say, when you have a good opportunity, you can actually use one stone to kill 2 birds.
That's what you are doing. You got to pay for it. Pay for it, Sonny. You're going to pay for this dearly.
It's been a very historic moment for Edo State.
Yes.
Having the Emir of Kano here on a visit to our revered monarch, Omonoba himself, in the last 2 days.
Yes.
This is historic because the Emir of Kano is new by virtue of his coronation, and coming to Edo State, yes, is very, very unique. I'd like to get your perspectives on this. You have been someone who has been frontline in advocating for strengthening our culture and our tradition.
Absolutely.
And then what does this mean for that, those views you've always had close to your heart?
I'm so happy that the Emir of Kano is visiting us, not just the OBA, the whole Edo State.
Okay.
You see, there's I gather that history is no longer taught in schools. The Benin, and when I say the Benin, the Edo State, they have a historical link with Kano people. I will even take it to recent happening. During Audu Bako, the police officer, was the governor of Kano State. He renewed that friendship between the Kano people and the Benin people long ago, when our daddy Ogbemudia, General Ogbemudia, was the governor of Edo State. The Edo State assisted Kano State to form a Kano line. They also had an agreement for Edo State supplying Kano wood for their factories.
Okay.
Even their newspaper, Observer helped them to establish their newspaper. I've forgotten, it's left my memory now. Okay. I've forgotten the
exact name of the newspaper.
Yes, so there was this friendship between Audu Bako and General Bemudia. In fact, they were so friendly that they were competing on development. When Audu Bako does something, Ogbemudia will also do it. When Ogbemudia does something, Audu Bako will do it. But guess what? Audu Bako was not from Kano. He was from Kebbi State, the current Kebbi State. But he developed Kano to be second to Lagos. That's aside the question you asked. This is
but you're trying to establish that
background.
Yeah, that background has always been there. Okay.
So up till now, you find many Edo State people living in Kano permanently. They have houses, and the Kano people don't bother them. They regard them as brothers. So the EMIR coming to visit the Oba of Benin is like one visiting his brother, his fellow brother. That's what it is. And of course, as he's visiting us, all Kano people are watching and hearing what is happening in Edo State. And you know, this issue of security too, you know, it will also come to play. They will discuss, you know, about what's happening in Edo State regarding herders. You know, he's Fulani. And the Fulani herders are the cattle rearers, and also the people now accused of attacking our forest farmers and our villages. So all those issues will come to play. It's all part of culture. Security. Religion is part of culture.
Absolutely.
Dressing is part of culture. And everything. Culture is a way of life. Of people. But I want to tell my people that the Kano people are so friendly with the Benins. I've worked and lived in Kano for many years. And I have friends from Dan Tatars and Co. They are good people to us. I don't know to other ethnicity, but to the Benis, the Kano people are extremely friendly with all people from Edo State. Our people are even working there in the ministries.
Okay.
In Kano State Ministry, you have Edo State indigenes working in there.
Okay.
So it shows you the relationship between us. During the Omonoba's coronation, they also sent big delegation to attend the coronation here in Benin. So there's a big link between us, both trading and cultural.
We looked at, let's look at the arrival of His Royal Highness the Emir of Kano, and then the crowd that went to receive him. I'd like to get your comments on that.
The crowd are all from Edo State, you know, from Agenebode, from Irua, from Iguebe, from Auchi, from Okpila, from Ososo, from Sabongida Ora. They all came. Even the traditional rulers joined Omonoba to welcome the Emir. It's a sign that we love you. You are one of us. Let us cooperate together in living and development. So I'm so excited, so excited. I was around there, but you might not see me in the picture. But if you pay me, I will show you where I am on the picture. So it's wonderful, wonderful. Not only that, every coronation anniversary of the Oba of Benin, you will find Kano, Sokoto, Nupe, that's Niger, sending all their people to participate. I'm always at the palace.
Yeah, to see all of this happening.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Okay. The Edo culture
yes.
is second to none globally.
Absolutely. Say it again, man.
Yes, Edo culture is second to none globally.
Globally. You're right.
Now, let's look at what are the uniqueness, or what are those things that makes Edo culture unique and has kept the culture this long?
You see, when you are imitating something or someone, that imitation does not last too long.
Absolutely.
But as you use that word unique, when your culture develops from you. It cannot disappear so easily. So the Benin or Edo culture has been on for thousands of years, that you can't erase it in just 100 or 200 years. That is one. Two, our people so love their culture that I think you heard it, that our OBA, is one of the oldest, not by age. I mean how do you call it? How do you call it?
Traditional institution?
The traditional institution
Yeah.
is one of the oldest in the world.
Yeah.
So it cannot be erased in 100 years or 200 years as the British tried to do. The same thing with the British people. They have their monarchy, which has been on for some hundreds of years. You can't easily erase it in one day. So inside us, inside our blood, is this culture that cannot be thrown away. Once you mention Benin, all people there are alive. If two Benin people are quarreling, and there is something, someone comes to disorganize Benin, the two of them will unite immediately. So it's said in Benin that do human, but that is, the Benis don't actually go to plan for war or whatever, but there's something inside their mind which is common. That is the reaction that will take place.
Okay, lovely, presentations there on this historic visit of the Emir of Kano to the OBA of Benin, to Edo State actually. Not just the OBA, it's to Edo State. Because not only did he visit the OBA of Benin, he also visited Edo State Governor. I'm sure today we'll be having all of that in the news. Let's just look at it again. The depth of Edo culture and tradition. Can you shed some light along those lines? Because that seems to be what was on display at this historic visit.
Yes, I earlier said that our culture dates back thousands of years. So it's already so deep
into us
that wherever you are, whether in Europe, America, Asia, once a Benin man or a Benin lady hears either his or her language or her, something about her culture, about home, look, he's excited. He's excited. He's alive. So our culture is very unique. The British coming down here knew that our culture was so strong, and if they did not disorganize our culture, they won't be able to defeat us totally. That's why they hacked on our religion. That's why our arts were destroyed. But they destroyed them, they stole them. Now, the things that they said were idolatry objects, they use it to adorn their houses, their palaces, and their museums. So the whole world is aware about the uniqueness and the greatness of the Benin culture. And that is what is keeping us going today. Where I sat at the reception, at your reception, many people who came around, seeing my outfit, they will bow and greet me in Benin language. That's our culture.
Okay.
If you too, you came, you greeted me, that's our culture. It's very deep, it cannot be erased. Even our children in America, born in America, who have not come here, they still have that feeling. It's in the blood. It's, by genealogy, they acquire all this culture that people so cherish. That's the Benin culture, our outfit, They come home to do weddings, and they dress up in the Benin attire. They are happy. They are so happy. The women hairdo, everything about us, our music, our musical instruments, they are unique. The Baboneme, when you see that musical dance, oh my God. You have to pay me for me to show you. I have it on my phone. And the white people love it. They love it. They love it. So we have a unique culture, unique way of living. But the Western world, they know the power of the Benin slash Edo, where I'm talking about the whole state. So they are working to destroy it, but it cannot be destroyed. It's too deep rooted that you cannot destroy the Benin culture. Okay. You can shake it, but you can't destroy it or erase it. No.
Okay. I'd like to get some perspectives from you on when you remember Invasion 1897.
Yes.
It brings to mind some of the dastardly acts of the invaders, even though there was a resistance, and the rest is history. But that's a constant reminder of what, of how the Benin Kingdom has always been over the years and has sustained itself by virtue of those strong values that it represented. Let's look at what more can we do to harness the gains of our culture and tradition. A lot of artifacts were stolen and taken abroad. One after the other, we're seeing efforts being made to retrieve them and all of that. So what do you make of this put together?
Well, as I earlier said, Benin culture unique. And although they stole many of them, millions of the artifacts, we still have many behind. I have in my house, I have in my restaurant, you know.
Yeah, control, so, that reminds me.
Okay, thank you. And this is why the NGO called the Benin Cultural Heritage Center is working. First, the first aim of the Benin Cultural Heritage Center is unity of all people of Benin descent. Wherever you are from, whether you are Onitsha person, Oguta, or Igede, ethnicity in Benue State, or you are Ijo, or you are Shekiri, Isoko, Urobo, you are Benin. So we are calling for the unity of all those people. We are not how do you call it?
Segregating?
No, we are not segregating one. We are not a small tribe. We are a major tribe in Nigeria when you really consider all these people. Because up to Lagos, we own Lagos. Up to Ijebu, up to Badagry, up to Republic of Benin, Togo, part of Ghana, the Gap people of Ghana, they are from here. Then part of Guinea. So we are a major tribe in Nigeria, although the British try to screw, please pardon that word, our heads down to make us a minority. We are not minority at all. But by the time we are united, we will form a formidable force in Nigeria, in the development of Nigeria. The other things we are doing, the Benin Cultural Heritage Center is doing, is the promotion of our languages, our indigenous languages, the promotion of our festivals. I mentioned Baboneri. Now, it's our festival. But those Western world have captured some of our people's mind. They said, oh, it's idolatry. No, not at all. Not at all. It's a mystic dance, you know, mystic celebration. So the Benin Cultural Heritage Center is promoting our festivals, our culture, our languages, our songs, our religion. The Igwe Festival, you know, that's the Benin Thanksgiving, you know, that's the Igwe Festival. Okay. We're also promoting it. People say the Americans, they have their Thanksgiving. Sometime, is it last Thursday of November? Okay. And guess what? On that day, they only kill turkey and eat turkey. They don't eat fish, they don't eat beef on that day to thank God. But guess what? The Benin during Igwe Festival only kill chicken and eat chicken that day in thanking God. So it's the same thing. But the Western world, in order to conquer us, says our own is idolatry. Theirs is, you know. So in essence, my brother, the culture will be the one to develop this country, to develop us and develop the country. Once we are united, we do things our way, we wear our fashion, we listen to our music, we listen to our stories, our history. We teach our children our language, our history, and co. The children want to really get up and, for the artifacts, Germany lately say that they'll be, by next year they'll be returning all the artifacts in Germany. I don't believe that. They will return some because there are many. There are many private collections. Then somebody, my sister, whispered to me, said, "Daddy, are you sure they are returning the original or
the counterfeit?"
Ah, okay. So those are there. Then when they return them,
yes,
the Edo State government with the palace and the British Museum, they are planning to build a museum in Edo State.
Okay.
Then the Benin Cultural Heritage Center in its
permanent site.
Permanent site,
Yeah.
a tourist complex we call the Benin Cultural Village, also is building a museum there. The building has reached what we call lintel level.
Okay.
So they cannot tell us we have no place to keep
the artifacts.
Keep them.
Okay, so they let them keep bringing them.
Let them keep bringing
All right,
the original. Original.
All right. On a final note, this visit essentially from both the Omonoba himself and the Emir of Kano is to strengthen the bond of friendship, reignite the unity that exists between both institutions, both states, which of course you alluded to in your opening statement. Can you quickly make a final comment on that, strengthening this bond of friendship?
Yes. First, unity, friendship brings harmony and development.
Okay.
So, if we are friendly with the Kano people are friendly with us, it's like we are one people. Not only that, other states in the north are watching and hearing what is happening.
Okay.
So Sokoto State will also, they are already friendly with us because the Sultan of Sokoto is always visiting Benin, even during Omonoba's coronation anniversary. Then other states in the north are tuned to this visit because he's a high-class traditional ruler over there, highly respected. Even the president also is aware of this visit. So it's a good one for the whole of Edo State, and we pray that this friendship continues and it will bring good things to us. Kano has its own values, we have our own values. When we join them together, Nigeria will be a great country in the world.
Beautiful way to tail out this conversation with Squadron Leader Ehi Igile, retired, the president of Benin Cultural Heritage Center, giving us some thoughts about the historic visit of the Emir of Kano to the Oba of Benin, Omonobanedo Ukwa Kpolo Oba Ewai II. Thank you so much for coming on the program. It's always a delight to have you here because we just go round and round in a very robust manner looking at the issues.
Did you hear how I answered you? I said, Urese Oteme.
Domosa. We'll take a short break and I'll be back to talk agriculture, farming. Yeah. We need to diversify the economy and how can we achieve that? When you hear from someone who has been through it all from a very young age in the university, you will be inspired. Not to worry about herdsmen, farmers' crisis, which is a major dent, but there's so much to learn. Stay with us on TMI Monday. I'll be back with you in a moment.